guys, it's me, your host, SuperSorrell. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today we're going to be looking at our wish list for 2024 when it comes to NECA action figures. Now, you guys know I predominantly collect NECA for their horror line of action figures, so this is going to be very heavily horror influenced, if not all. And I'm excited to do this because I've been sat here racking my brains thinking, what figures would I like to see, or at least would be on my wish list? I doubt any of these will probably happen, but these are my wish list characters that I would love to see NECA create this year. So we're going to start and kick it off at number 10. And we're going to work all the way down to number 1. So 10 being, the one that I would like, the least to the most. Although it did take me time to whittle it down to just 10. So I pretty much want all of these. But coming in at number 10 is Valentine, the Valentine killer from the movie Valentine. Does anyone remember this movie? It was it's a bit of a cult classic now, I reckon, over the years. It's become a bit more popular than what it was. Starring Denise Richards and Katherine Heigl's in there and a bunch of other actors that you know, and David Boreanaz, who played Angel on TV. And yeah, it's a great little horror movie. I dig this one out every single Valentine. And with the fact that they're giving us characters like John Carver from Thanksgiving, we've got Bloody Valentine and other characters like that are kind of seasonal characters, if you will. I really want to push for Valentine to get his action figure for his season, because it's one of them films that I think, like I say, it's got kind of more of a following as time's gone on. And if you haven't seen Valentine, please check it out. Amazing movie. It'd probably only cost you a couple of quid to rent these days on Amazon or something. But yeah, number 10 for me would be Valentine. Keeping in that same vein, to be honest, number 9 is the new Amazon movie Totally Killer. That is the worst screenshot I could have gotten in the planet because it is tiny. Totally Killer. It was a great movie. It was an Amazon exclusive. And it was a sort of a time travel-esque movie, very much in the vein of time traveling hot tub kind of thing. It wasn't overly serious, and I enjoyed the comedy horror aspect to it. But the killer himself in it is awesome, and I love that mask. It is very 80s, and I would love to see them create him as an action figure. Again, a bit like in the same vein of the John Carver figure. It's one of those ones that I think it's gonna become a modern horror icon as time goes by. It's also by Blumhouse, so I mean, it's not going away anytime soon. I really reckon we'll see a sequel to that film as well. I think it was too well received for them not to do a sequel. Great movie, highly recommended. I would love this figure in my collection. Okay, coming in at number 8. I cannot believe I'm saying this. I can't believe we haven't had this figure already, to be honest. Number 8 for me would be Regan from The Exorcist. How have we never had a... Because obviously NECA like to do the Ultimate series and the Retro series, which is their cloth variant. The cloth variant of this would be obviously Regan in the blue nightdress, and it would be so easily done. Ultimate version, there's so many accessories they could put in with the Ultimate version, from a sick head with accessories that make it look like the vomit's coming out, down to all the different facial expressions. Like you can have Regan with the white eyes, so you can make a float with the white eyes, and then Regan with the yellow eyes, and all the different accessories you could include with that, like the crucifix. And you could even include a bed diorama later down the line that could give us the figure first, and then release that bed diorama later down the line. Again, it's such a cult classic that I cannot believe they've never done an Exorcist figure. And let's not say because it's a kid figure, because we've already had things like Sam, the kids from the Halloween 3 movie, and many others. So they can do that scale of figure. So I would love to see them tackle it. And again, I think the Ultimate series, they'd be able to have a field day with all the different things they could cram in with that one. So yeah, I would love to see a Regan action figure. And like I say, I cannot believe we've never had a Regan already. Number 7 is a bit of a fan favorite for me. And like I say, I'm a big fan of the musical as well as the as well as the movie and as well as the original story. So Phantom of the Opera for me coming in at number 7. I know we've already had the old school version of the Phantom of the Opera, but I think there's a lot of us out there that would like the musical version of Phantom of the Opera as well, with the half mask, that more modernized version of Phantom. Because every time Universal Monsters in the modern era, give us Phantom, it's always the mask this way, the straight down mask, which is in keeping with obviously the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical. And again, it's that modernized version of him that I think is very iconic. Even if you've never seen the musical, people recognize that face and that look for Phantom of the Opera. So they could even still use the old body because it's the tuxedo body, which we've already had for Dracula and things like that. So they could reuse that with that cloth jacket again and then just give us the new head with the new Phantom mask. It would be such an easy re-release for them to do. And it's one that I think a lot of people would love to have in their collections, including me. I would love that fig. Okay, we're getting about halfway there already. Number 6. This is one, again, that is definitely up there for me. I'm not sure about other people. But number 6, I would love to get Nancy from The Craft. Whilst all the characters from The Craft would be amazing to get in action figure form, I think Nancy is very iconic with her look and all the accessories you could include with her, including, like you see, the dagger here, but also you can have the different weapons that she has throughout the film. She has knives and candles, and she does all sorts. And the book as well that she uses to invoke the spirit in Wicca. Again, such an iconic, classic character, and I cannot believe nobody's tackled an action figure of her already. Again, an ultimate version of this figure. The amount of accessories and Wicca things they could include with her would be amazing. And they could even make her packaging look like the book itself from the film The Craft. I think that's an instant classic. And like I say, I cannot believe they've never done it. All right, we're cracking on with this one. We're already halfway through this list. And number 5 is definitely one that I think is out there, but I think people would buy it. I definitely would because I'm a big fanboy. But number 5, Tiffany Valentine, but in human form. I know we've already had a Tiffany, obviously in her doll form. But how many of us out there would love to have this version of Tiffany from Bride of Chucky? That iconic scene in the bathtub with the TV screen with the Bride of Frankenstein playing. And like this version of her, they could include the book, which is the Voodoo for Dummies, with the knife and the medallion and all that cool stuff. They could even 2-pack it, and as well, they could put the human version of Tiffany in there, and they could even give us another version of Chucky and make it a 2-pack as well, because it would be awesome to get the doll version of Chucky to go with it, to go with her. It would be hard to do, obviously, I think, for the scaling with the original Chucky figure, but I think they could definitely do it. It's a 7-inch action figure. I think they could definitely get away with it. And if they do a 2-pack with a new version of Chucky in there, the new Chucky can be scaled to her height, and it would just make an amazing 2-pack. Again, I cannot believe nobody's ever thought of tackling Tiffany Valentine as a human, because I think that character is so iconic, both as the doll but as Tiffany. And of course, they've been using Tiffany a lot in the live action series. She's been, Tiffany more than the doll. In fact, I don't think has she even been the doll in the series yet. I don't think so. I think it's mainly been human form of Tiffany. Because obviously, she took over the body of Jennifer Tilly in Seed of Chucky. Oh, it's so meta. So, halfway through the list, coming down now to the top 5. Some of these, again, are definitely something that I want. Number 4, I think, is one that I think is on everyone's list right now. Number 4, Art the Clown. I cannot believe it's taking this long for NECA to put one out. I believe it was Mezco that have announced the 112 coming. So NECA have got to respond very soon. They've got to. And like I say, I'm surprised they've not done it already. I know it takes time to produce a figure, but Terrifier was iconic from that first movie. It's not like they needed to see if it would stand the test of time. It was iconic from the word go. Art is a modern horror icon for the 21st century, and I don't think he's going anywhere. With Terrifier 3 coming to cinemas, they need to crack on and get out a art figure very soon. I'm hoping it's because they're waiting for the Terrifier 3 a bit more, because it would be cool for them to include Art the Clown in an ultimate box set that gives us accessories from throughout the 3 movies, because it would be cool to be able to put on a fake beard and, you know, have him in the Santa suit that we're inevitably going to see in the 3rd movie. So this one, for me, Art the Clown, like I say, cannot believe it's not been done already. All right, number 3. They've already given us some horror icons, just like Vincent Price and Elvira. It can't be long until we're going to get Vampira, however you're going to pronounce it, the original horror queen. They must have the license because they've already given us her in the Toonie Terrors series. So it can't be long until her NECA Ultimate variant is coming, or the cloth version at least for the retro series. It would surely just be a similar body to what they've used for Elvira with a new head, surely. Because Elvira basically stole a lot of the Vampira character and the look. So, or are they too afraid that nobody would recognize Vampira and think it was Elvira? I don't know. They did go for Elvira first, and they've given us 3 variants of Elvira so far. But with them doing Vincent Price, I really think Vampira's got to be next. She has to. She's too iconic. But that again, that's just me. I'm a big horror hostess sort of fanboy from back in the day. Now, this version of a character is proper out there, and I don't think this one would ever come to fruition. I think it's been too long now, but it's still iconic. Again, I'd love to see NECA tackle the Mummy, the original 90s Mummy Imhotep. They've already given us, obviously, the Boris Karloff version of the Mummy. I think it was Boris Karloff. Yeah, pretty sure. They've already given us, anyway, the old Universal Monsters version. It would be cool to give us the modern Universal Monsters version from the Mummy movie. I would love to see them tackle all the characters from the Mummy, include, they could do Benny and even Rick O'Connell and, Evelyn. And there's so many iconic characters from that movie that they could make. NECA could have a field day with that movie, and I think a lot of people would still buy them. There is a lot of love for this movie to this day. It's an instant classic. It's one of them films that I watch at least once every 6 months. But Imhotep especially, I think in his mummy form as well, with the sarcophagus jars and things, that would be cool. And you could have different heads to pop on the figure that are in his various sort of, like, from being the skeletal mummy right through to almost being Imhotep. It would be very cool to be able to swap out pieces to make him transform as time goes on. Again, a figure that I would love. And if they could 2-pack him with a Benny even better. All right. So, who made it to my number 1 this time around? Now, for me, this is an instant horror icon. I'm not sure how well the movie did, but the shorts online did so well. The Jester. I think the Jester is a perfect toyetic character. I cannot believe that it's taken this long for this guy to get a figure, because even though not a lot of people would have seen the shorts online, maybe they'll have seen the new movie that's come out on Blu-ray and DVD and all that stuff. But the character, I think, is iconic, with his orange jacket and stuff. And he is a instant horror icon for me. I'm not sure how many people will agree with that, but for me, the Jester, as soon as they announced they were doing a film of the Jester, I was overjoyed. I loved the shorts online. Amazing. There's three shorts online. If you haven't seen them, check them out. Basically, he's very similar to the likes of Sam, and that he's a bit of a keeper of the Halloween traditions. And he comes out on Halloween, and in the first shot, it shows a kid who's left work, and the Jester appears before him and asks why he's not celebrating Halloween, and then basically forces him to celebrate Halloween. It's a great horror icon. And like I say, I cannot believe this has not been something already. Great looking, a great toyetic character. So, guys, that was my wish list. What's on your wish list? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree with my list? How many of those would you love to see be created as an action figure? And which ones have I not mentioned that you would love to see created as an action figure? Like I say, let us know in the comments down below. We can debate it. But guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, I'm your host, SuperSorrell. If you're new around here, you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more action figure reviews and me talking about toys, smash the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Until next time, may the force be with you. Bye!